Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for another Starfield build guide. This tutorial will be for the F-14. There's a lot of videos out there on the F-14, but this is my version. We got max crew, max jump, max mobility, 130 speed, and 1220 on the cargo. It's a pretty good build, so let me tear it apart. We'll build it from the bottom to the top and present you with a nice, very easy to follow snap tube build guide. Stay tuned. All right, before you begin this build, you will have to go pick up a couple specialty parts. From Teo Astroneering, you're going to want to grab a Shipbed 200 landing bay. And then from New Homestead, you're going to grab 4 NG20 landing gears and 1 Pinch 8Z reactor. After that, you can make your way over to your outpost, where we'll be building this on our landing pad with a shipbuilder. So head over to your outpost. I'm going to delete these as they were just there for display. And once you're at your outpost, go ahead and drop down your Teo Shipbed 200 landing bay. Make sure your entranceway is facing the 4. And then behind that, drop in a Teo bottom A 2x1. I'm going to just use a workshop. And then next to that is a Teo companionway 1x1 bottom A variant. Next, go ahead and bring in your grav drive. I'm going to use a J52 Gamma grav drive. And right behind that, drop in a Deimos belly in the aft variant. After that, go ahead and pull your grav drive off, and you're going to now put your reactor in that spot. We put the grav drive first to get this into position because the reactor has no rear connection points. Okay, now we're going to be merging the grav drive, the reactor, the fuel, and our shield all into one tidy little package. So how we're going to do this is bring out some Deimos Hull A's. And you're going to want to stack a couple on top of your companion 2x1. Then go ahead and grab your grav drive, stack it on top of the reactor, connecting it to this Deimos hull. Select both your Deimos hulls, duplicate them over here. Now, in order to get a drop down, we need to use this part. So select your bottom Deimos hull in your grav drive, duplicate, you'll get a drop down. Then select the bottom grav drive in the bottom Deimos hull and duplicate one more time. Delete the 2 bottom Deimos hulls and the top 2 grav drives. And now you have your reactor and your grav drive merged together. Next, same thing with the fuel tank. I'm going to use a 700T. Select the fuel, select the Deimos hull, duplicate once, select the bottoms. Bottom fuel, bottom hull, duplicate down, delete your extras. And now what I want to do is cover this up with some Deimos hulls. So what I'm going to do here is bring in one more Deimos hull, put that here, select my bottom one and duplicate it down. Then I'm going to move this one to the bottom. And I'm going to select that with the top Deimos hull, and I'm going to duplicate it up. And now I can delete this and this. And now I'm going to grab my shield. And I'm going to put my shield on top of this bottom Deimos hull. So I'm just going to use the bulwark shield. And I'm going to select that along with my bottom Deimos hull and duplicate down. Delete my extra Deimos hulls, delete my top shield, and delete these 2 Deimos hulls. And now we got all of our power components merged into one tiny space. Bring out a 100 DP slim docker and connect that to the bottom of your companionway. And then grab a Nova bracer and slap that on top of your belly. After that, bring out a Teo 2x1 bottom A, and in my case, I'm just going to use a living quarters. And then grab yourself another 2x1. And in my case, I have a Deimos armory right here, but now that I think about it, I'm going to change out my armory, and I'm going to go with a Nova armory because that's the coolest armory, in my opinion, because it has those 2 mannequins on display. So I really like the Nova Galactic armory. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of those. I'm just going to apply my paint. And I'm going to put that right there. All right. Next, let's bring in a Nova Cowling. Okay, bring in a Nova Cowling. And then what you want to do is flip it and then duplicate it and flip it. So now you have one on top of the other. And now you can move this bottom one out of the way and bring out a Deimos belly in the 4 and attach that to your armory. Now that that's in place, you can now put this in place. It'll lock in as red, flip it twice and cancel. And now delete the top one. Now you should have that look there. All right, next. Grab a Deimos cowling, flip it to the aft variant, and step it on top of your... Actually, you know what? Before you do that, why don't we take care of this back part? Bring in a Deimos hole and put it on the side of your bracer. Duplicate one to the other side. And now I want you to attach these in. So we're going to duplicate these to the top. Okay. Bring out a 200 cm ballast cargo hold. And just put one on here and duplicate it and flip it. And bring one to the other side. Now you could duplicate these down. So you could actually delete these at this point. Don't even need them anymore. I'm going to duplicate this up once. Select the bottom one and select both of these and duplicate down. And now I'm going to delete these extras. Okay, so that takes care of getting our cargo into place. And then next we're going to continue building out the top here. So slap down a Deimos cowling in the aft variant right here. Bring in a shroud mid bracer above your grav drives. Teo 2x1 top B. I'm using a captain's quarters. And then a Teo 2x1 top A. I'm going to use a control station. And then I'm going to bring out another control station. I'm using 2 control stations so that I can have my maximum crew. And then we're going to bring in a Magellan cockpit. At this point, what I want to do is grab my Deimos holes. I'm going to attach them under here. Oh, hold on. Let's move this out of the way real quick. Bring out your Nova cowling. And then you should be able to put a Deimos hole under here. And then one more. And then bring in a Nova cowling. Connect it here, duplicate it, it'll automatically go up. And then move your Deimos holes out of the way. Select the top one and select this top one and duplicate up. Now you can delete these 2 bottoms and one of these. And now you can go ahead and put this back in place, lock it in as red, flip it twice, and cancel. Next, bring out a Nova cowling 2L and flip the variant to the TA and place it here. And then bring out one more Nova cowling 2L and snap it right here, flip it twice, and cancel. Next, bring out a Teo 2x1 mid. You're going to attach it right there. So right onto your grav drives. I'm going to use it all in one berth right there. And then I have a living quarters on this side. And then what you're going to do is duplicate those and bring them to the other side. And if you want now, you can change these. So why don't we just maybe put in like an infirmary and a science lab or something. Maybe a workshop. Infirmary and a workshop. Alrighty. Below that, I want you to actually really quickly bring a Deimos hull A and attach it to the rear of both sides. And now you can bring in a Deimos Skeg A, and you're going to attach that right here. So it's the second place back, and there's 3 connections behind it. Okay, after that, bring a Deimos Skeg B. Duplicate your Skeg B, and then duplicate your Skeg A and flip it. Okay, now grab all 4 of those, duplicate them, and bring them to the other side. Now what I want you to do is select all 4 Skeg Bs and your bottom Deimos hole, and we're going to duplicate down. Now delete the top ones. And bring out your NG-20 landing gear. You're going to attach that in, change the variant, and change it back and cancel. Okay, then you're going to duplicate that, snap it into place, change the variant, change it back, and cancel. Okay, duplicate both of those, bring them to the other side. Bring them out over here. And then move them into place. Change the variant, change it back, cancel. Grab your other one, lock it in, change the variant, change it back, and cancel. Now you could select all your Deimos or all your Deimos Skeg A's one more time. Skeg B's, all 4. Your bottom, your top Deimos hole, and you're going to duplicate up. That puts them back in place. Go ahead and delete all 4 off the bottom. And that gives you this really clean looking line on the bottom of your ship. So you got your landing gear in with that skeg. It makes those really nice looking lines. Looks really good. And it's a great technique right there to use those skegs with those landing gears on any of your builds. All right. Excellent, excellent. Next, let's bring out another 200 cm ballast cargo hold, duplicate it, flip it, attach one to the other side. And then we could delete some of these Deimos hull A's. Grab one of these, attach it right here, and bring one to the other side. And then bring out a braking engine, Deimos braking engine, duplicate that to the other side. And then if you just duplicate those in place, they should drop down. So you could delete the top parts, duplicate this one, delete the top parts. All right, now you can go ahead and delete these rear Deimos holes. We're not going to need those no more. And now bring out a Hope Riser B, Hope Tech Riser B, and duplicate that on top of the skeg, and then select both of those, duplicate them, and bring them to the other side. Now, grab a couple Deimos holes. You're going to get these in position here. Go with 3 of them. And then bring out a Supernova 2020 engine. And you could attach that to the very tip top. Duplicate it once. Duplicate it twice. Duplicate it 3 times. And then delete the top 3. Okay. Now grab all these Deimos holes. Move them to the other side. Duplicate your Supernova. Bring it up. Duplicate once. Duplicate twice. Duplicate 3 times. Delete the top 3. And delete these guys. Next, go ahead and grab a Deimos bumper, attach it to your Supernova engine, duplicate it and flip it, bring one to the other side, and go ahead and bring out a, let's see, what do we want to bring out first? Go ahead and bring out a Deimos bumper. Let me see here. Let me just validate this. Yeah, go ahead and bring out a Deimos bumper, put it here, duplicate that, change the variant to the mid and attach it here. And then go ahead and attach a Deimos. Actually, let me delete some weapons because I'm not going to be able to flip this. Bring out a Nova Cowling 2L. Attach it right here. It's going to be red. Flip it twice. Cancel. Okay. And then go ahead and duplicate that. Change the variant to a mid. And flip it. And you want this variant. And then you could bring that in here and attach it here. And you're going to flip it twice. Well, you don't even need to flip that one. It should just attach in. I'm sorry. This actually needs to be right here. Let me move this out of the way. Make sure this is attached. Flip it twice. Cancel. Okay. Now that that's... now you can bring this one into place. Flip it twice. Cancel. And now bring out another one. Attach it right here. Flip it twice. Oops, I can't flip it. I got weapons on it. Let me delete my weapons. All right. And now you can attach this. Let me reposition my camera for y'all. Go ahead and attach that, flip it twice, and cancel. All right, now let's repeat for the other side. Duplicate the bumper and flip it and attach it. And then duplicate the middle bumper, flip it and attach it. And then grab your Nova Cowling, flip it. Oops, sorry, didn't want to do that. Duplicate it, flip it, place it on the grid, then snap it into place, flip it twice, and cancel. Let's go ahead and duplicate both of these at the same time right now. Let's put them over here, select them, flip them, attach them, flip twice, cancel. Select it, flip it, attach it, flip twice, cancel. All right. Next, you could duplicate this part and bring it right here, and then duplicate it and flip it. Bring one to the other side. And now you can bring out a Hercules DT-160 engine and attach that here. Duplicate it and flip it and attach it here. All right. Next, go ahead and bring in a Shroud Cap A, Port 4 top. Attach it, let's see, right here in the front. And then bring out a Shroud Cowling 1LA. Attach it here, duplicate that, put it right here. And next, bring in a Deimos Spine F4 and put that here. And then bring out a Spine A and a Spine E. And those are going to attach on top. Go ahead and attach your A right here. Duplicate your E and your A. Oops. I'm sorry, your F and your A. Duplicate those. Bring them over to the other side. Attach those in. And now go ahead and bring out an E. Attach that to the top. Flip it twice and cancel. And now duplicate that. Place it on the grid. Snap it on top of this engine. Flip it twice and cancel. Next, duplicate this, attach it over here, flip it 3 times, and accept it. And then just duplicate that and move it over. And then duplicate this, bring it over here, flip it 3 times, and snap it in right there. Next, grab yourself a Deimos Spine A and a Deimos Spine D. Bring those in, put your A right here, then your C, then duplicate your C, attach it here and flip it, and then duplicate your A, put it right here and flip it. Finally, duplicate your shroud cap A, place it on the grid, select it, change the variant, and then you're going to snap that in right here and flip it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and cancel. Okay, same thing on the other side. Duplicate this, place it on the grid, select it, change the variant, snap it into place. 1, 2, 3, 4 flips, and cancel. And there you have your F-14 Tomcat. It's ready to go. All you need to do now is weapons. Weapons are 100% up to you, whatever you like. Okay? You do not have to use what I use. You don't have to use what anybody else uses. Now, on my builds, I really like to hide weapons. And I'm going to hide them on this one. No exceptions. I'm going to be hiding my weapons in these 2 spots. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first bring out a Deimos Hull A. And I'm going to put that in this spot. Then I'm going to duplicate it over here. Then I'm going to bring out an equipment plate. I'm going to attach that on top, delete the hole, and duplicate the plate. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to duplicate the plate, put it on the Deimos hole, delete the Deimos hole, duplicate the plate. Now I got a plate below each of these plates. So now what you want to do is decide upon your weapons. Weapons really depends on what you're doing with your ship. Are you trying to seize and board ships to take them over? Do you just want to like destroy when you get attacked, like automatically destroy with turrets? Do you want to disable shields? Do you want EMs? Like, are you trying to get your skills ranked up for certain skills? You know, so it's very subjective. There is no, best build. The build depends on what you are personally trying to accomplish. As for me, all my skills are ranked up. I don't care about boarding ships. When I go into Crix or Serpentis, I just want to destroy. So, for Crix specifically, I like to have at least a couple turrets. Okay? At least a couple. So they help me from the rear attacks because Crix is quite the battle. So for that, I'm going to use obliterators. Now for the rest of my fighting, I take that on personally. So what I'm going to use is PB300 alpha beams, and then I'm going to bring in some missile support with some Atlee 280Cs. Now, let me also move these off. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate this and bring it back, and I'm going to duplicate this bottom one and bring it back. And then I'm going to grab my obliterator, and I'm going to flip it to the rear. I'm going to go ahead and give myself 2 rear-facing turrets. Okay? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this off as well. And this. And I'm also going to put one right there. So let me duplicate that real quick. Let me grab an equipment plate. Put an equipment plate right here. And then let's put this one on there. And let's have that one be a forward-facing turret. Okay, now that that's in place, I'm done with that slot. Put this back in, flip it 4 times, and cancel. And then grab this one, flip it 4 times, and cancel. Now for here, we're going to need a Deimos Hull A. 2 of them. And we're going to be doing duplications. So first, let's start off with our Atlee missile. Let's put one on the bottom and one on the bottom here. I do need 3 of these. Okay, so we're going to take care of the third one in a minute. And then I could have 4 PB300 alpha beams. So actually, let me duplicate one of these real quick for this missile launcher. All right, so for my PB300s, I'm going to put them right in the same spot as my missiles. I'm going to put 2 here. And I'm going to duplicate those down. And I'm going to delete these top 2. Oops, sorry, no, I'm not. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to duplicate 2 more down right there. And now I can delete the tops and these equipment plates. So now, right here, I have 2 PB300s and a missile in one spot. So I can grab these parts, I can put them back into place, flip them 4 times, and cancel to lock them in. Cancel that. And now I want to get my bracer back in. So let me grab a Deimos hole A and put it here. And then grab my shroud mid bracer, attach it to the Deimos hole A, and then duplicate, and it'll just fall down underneath itself. And now I could delete both of those. And now I could put these back into place. And then finally is my last missile. And I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to put that right there. Grab this, snap it into place, flip it twice, cancel. Delete your Deimos holes. Should have 1 error, unassigned weapons. Go ahead and assign your weapons. I'm going to put my missiles on my W0. I'm going to put my PB300s on my number 1, and I'm going to put my turret on W2. We got the blue nominal check mark right now. At this point, you could just give your ship a name. Call it the F-14 Tomcat or whatever you feel like. And now you should be able to back on out of here and save. And that's it. You're done, folks. So I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope it kind of gave you some ideas on, things you could do to get these ships built and snap these parts into place, how to hide your weapons, general just, inspiration, if you will. If you like the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. It will help my channel. And then I got a playlist popping up on the screen right now with another couple dozen builds of mine. Check them out if you want to get some more inspiration. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And you can always stop by one of my live streams and ask questions on shipbuilding. I'll be happy to stop what I'm doing and help you out if I can. Have a great day, everybody. Until next time, peace out.